Hannah arrived from Seoul, South Korea to O'Hare Airport at 4 months old, and we had sent a courier, a grandma from Minnesota, who had volunteered to go over and get her, and we paid for her ticket, and we picked Hannah up at the O'Hare Airport, and it was the most joyous day. My husband and my mother and my son all were there, and we just felt like, you know, our life was complete. We had now a son and a daughter, and she was just beautiful. When she was about 9 months old, the doctor started identifying some problems with Hannah. Finally, at a year, the doctor recommended that we go down to Riley and just have a really in-depth bunch of testing for Hannah. And through just every test that I can think of that she had, the MRI of the brain was the one that showed a significant lack of oxygen to her brain, which occurred very late in the mother's pregnancy, which left Hannah with cerebral palsy. The doctor pretty much said that this is going to mean that Hannah probably will not walk. She may never speak. They couldn't really give us a clear meaning of what all of her impairments would be, though they kept mentioning the word impairment. In fact, the doctor at Riley even said it could be so significant that it could mean that Hannah should be placed in like a long-term care facility. The adoption was not final at that time, and the adoption agency actually offered to place Hannah in foster care and said that they could get us another baby. And we had had Hannah now, you know, for a good 9 months, and very emotionally told them that, you know, this was not a sofa that you could just discard. From that minute on, our lives changed dramatically. Instead of having a 1-year-old that was starting to walk, we had one that began speech therapy, occupational therapy, developmental therapy, physical therapy. I really was heartbroken because at the time I don't think I realized how difficult, you know, all of those dreams that I had for her, being the mother of a daughter that would watch her, you know, grow up and go to a prom and get married and have children. Those are things that we had to, you know, go through. As she got bigger and her needs began to change and she needed to be a little more active, we put her in a church-based daycare, which in the beginning was very good, and when she was still small like the other children. But as she grew, Hannah is now 12, she obviously got larger than the other kids, but cognitively her age was still that of a toddler. Hannah was many times just sitting in the corner, sometimes on a beanbag chair or laying on the floor, sometimes with her hand in her mouth humming. And I just feel like, you know, the staff ratio to the children, and certainly Hannah with special needs requiring a little bit something different, just wasn't quite the right fit for us. You know, we recognized that there was a need for something different. About the time that we needed help, ADEC opened a after-school program. We had gotten involved. I don't remember now exactly how we heard about their summer day camp program, but we had placed Hannah in the summer day camp program when it was in Goshen, and she went from 9 to 3 for that entire summer, and I was very happy with that program. It's just incredible the difference that it has made for Hannah and for us. Every time we go to pick Hannah up, they are doing something. They're either baking or doing arts and crafts, or they're outside playing on the playground, or they've just gotten back from the zoo, or they've done all kinds of things. And it's just great to see how happy Hannah is. We are so grateful for all of those people that give to United Way, which funds programs such as ADEC that allows all of these wonderful services to be provided for children such as Hannah in the community. I just feel like the care that is given by those caregivers that are hired by ADEC, they know the special needs children, and they individualize whatever activity they're doing to each child that's involved. And that has made a significant difference for us and for Hannah.
Thank you for letting us share with you some of our success stories. Our successes are your successes.